Seems like everybody's making one of these videos, so I thought I'd make one doing a whole bunch of random facts about me, Sean Vigue. So prepare for the roller coaster. We'll keep it smooth, we'll keep it fun, and make sure you comment below. Tell me one random fact about you that nobody knows. Comment below. Alright, buckle up, strap in, and let's go. I was almost born in Alice Springs, Australia, because my dad worked in the aerospace business. I love reading resumes, especially theater resumes. I could read them for hours and hours. I talk to Addie more than anybody else every day. She never answers. As a child, I loved trains, trucks, and dinosaurs. The first train ride I ever took was at Silver Plume, Colorado when I was a little kid with my dad, not far from where I live right now. I'm a practicing Christian, and I was never baptized. My parents never baptized me when I was a little child, so I got baptized in high school in a private ceremony because I was too embarrassed to do it in front of the entire congregation. I was rather a late bloomer in regards to puberty, so when we had our 10-year high school reunion, on the form to fill out what you were doing, I put, well, I'm a professional singer, actor, been traveling the country doing that, and I'm a part-time porn actor. The porn actor was a joke, or was it? So when I showed up at the reunion, I'd actually grown a few inches since high school. So many of them, they thought I was serious. They thought I did porn, which I may or may not have done. I didn't do porn. Or did I? Nobody? I have never done a one-night stand. I would just rather go home and have frozen Eggo waffles and watch Simpsons. Almost 10 years ago, I had major exploratory surgery for a twisted colon. That's why I don't take my shirt off I don't take it off in videos, because I have a big scar that runs right here. It actually runs in my family. My dad had the same surgery, and his father, my grandfather, had the same surgery. He had to use a colostomy bag, which I was very fortunate I did not have to do that. When I first got to college, I was going to be a history major. I love history. That's the thing I read the most is history. Why don't you get a PhD and teach it? Then I went into theater. I do not watch cable TV. My wife works for DirecTV, so we have about 1 million channels. I don't watch it. If I ever turn cable on, the only channel I go to is TCM, because there's no commercials. I despise commercials. I love going to diners with my friends and chatting for hours, just hours and hours, just like a scene out of Seinfeld. In my professional theater days, the first few years I was accused of having heavy feet. I didn't have a lot of control over my body. This is pre-Pilates and everything. So it was actually a girlfriend of mine at the time. She coined that with me, heavy feet. It was during a production of West Side Story, and it always stuck with me. So I really worked on control and effortless movement from then on. I have never worn makeup in a video. I've shot over 2,000 of them. The most I'll do is splash water on my face, and we use all natural lighting. I went to preschool at Virginia McMartin Preschool in Manhattan Beach, California. Now, you may have heard of that. It was in the 80s. It became a very famous school. They had all these BS cases against them where students, or I'm not sure who it was accusing the teachers of massive abuse and having like underground tunnels and all these horrible things. It was all a lie. It was a fantastic place to go, and it was very, very tragic what they did to the poor teachers. And Virginia McMartin. I have photos with her. I have to find them somewhere. I was 4 years old going there. It was a fantastic experience. I used to be quite a beach bum growing up in Southern California, and then going out there for the summers. I boogie boarded and body surfed all the time, mainly in Manhattan Beach and Huntington Beach, sometimes Hermosa Beach. I'm a huge fan of historical fiction. I've read a lot of Jeff Shara and Michael Shara. Incidentally, if you have a chance, check out Killer Angels. It's by the dad. Oh, he passed away. It's either Jeff or Michael. It's about the 3 days of the Battle of Gettysburg. Killer Angels, great read. I also love exploring battlefields. I've been to many of them. I spent a whole week doing the Gettysburg battlefield. And the Gettysburg Theological Seminary, I applied there about 10 years ago and was accepted. I was thinking about going in back to school to be a minister, and things didn't really turn out, and I didn't do that. But it was a wonderful experience to be at Gettysburg so much. Right, Eddie? Every morning I do vocal warm-ups. They're called lip trills. They're extremely annoying. They go like this. I walk around my bedroom, my house, going like this. I don't find them annoying, but I could see why they're excruciatingly annoying. But it's fantastic for warming up your voice and your face. I love running Sean Vigue Fitness, but the kind of guy I am, and you would never know this in the videos, many times I've thought of just quitting cold turkey and going off the grid and doing something else. I may still, who knows? From day to day, things change, my desires change, my interests, what I'm passionate about. So, you know, I've been doing over 10 years. But I've had a lot of moments where I'm thinking, I'm just going to quit and go do something else. But I haven't figured out what that something else is yet. In due time, that will probably present itself. Let's get into some favorites here. My favorite movie is Star Wars: A New Hope, the original, first movie I saw in the theater. My favorite song is Looking for Space by John Denver. Favorite sport is hockey. Played that for about 8 years. Left wing, left-handed, right-handed with everything else. Favorite movie or favorite comedy is The Bank Dick by W.C. Fields. If you have not experienced W.C. Fields, you must. He is amazing. He's definitely a pioneer of comedy. Favorite opera right now is Tosca, and my wife got me tickets to that at Central City Opera in July for my birthday this year. Favorite book, that varies. I've read Huck Finn a few times. I always love that. On the Road by Jack Kerouac. I'm rereading that again. John Adams by David McCullough. I read a lot of books. Favorite food right now would be my wife's green salsa that she makes. It is amazing. It has avocados and peppers and all these things in it. Green salsa. I'll eat the whole damn bowl and then get sick. Favorite sports team? I don't follow sports that much, but growing up, I loved the LA Rams because I grew up in Southern California, and then they moved to St. Louis. I'm like, well, do I still like them anymore? I don't know. And now they're moving back to LA, so maybe we'll follow them again. But I can't guarantee anything. I love looking at floor plans of apartments and houses. Love looking at floor plans. It's kind of an obsession. Do it for hours. I really cannot stand when animals are in pain. If animals are scared or in pain, it rips my heart right out. I've always been like that since I was a little kid. And that definitely informs me a lot in my eating too. I don't eat meat anymore. There you go. I despise doing second takes when I film. I hardly ever do it. Sometimes I have to. I don't know why. It makes me so irritated. Always one take, through line of action, just nail that sucker. And sometimes you have to do a second take. And poor Addie, she gets to watch me like pace around and mumble to myself. I have very sensitive armpits. I actually there's only one deodorant. Any person would kill me. Deodorant. There's only one deodorant I use. I take it with me when I travel. My mother is from Harlan, Iowa. She's 100% Danish, so that makes me half Danish. Lucky me. And she's from a small farm community. My parents met in Southern California in the early 60s. My mom came from Iowa, and my dad came from Greenfield, Wisconsin, right outside of Milwaukee. My mom worked for North American Rockwell. My dad worked for TRW Systems. After the Army, he went to Northrop. Was it called Northrop Tech? And he became an aerospace engineer. And then in the 60s and 70s, my parents started buying up real estate and some oil wells in Southern California, and then they branched off into that. So hence I would spend my summers working on properties out there in Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, Hawthorne, Lawndale, Glendale's too far. What am I saying? Hermosa Beach, Torrance, that whole area, and Huntington Beach too. We had all our oil wells were in Huntington Beach. We had 5 of them, I believe. They're all mini mansions now, I imagine. But you spent a lot of time there. You go into Hollister, it was a few years ago, and they have a live feed from Huntington Beach. It's like, damn it, I've been there. I'm drinking coffee. My dad he was drafted in the military in the 50s, and he served in it was 2nd Armored Division over in Germany, and he served with Elvis, but they just missed each other. When my dad went back stateside, Elvis came over, but I can still technically say my dad served with Elvis. My dad was also in the same hotel when Bobby Kennedy was shot. He was in the room next door celebrating another candidate. My parents used to, they worked with Reagan for governor, I think back in the 70s, so they were like hobnobbing all the time with all these celebrities, with Republicans, Democrats, everybody. So it's some exciting stuff back then.